Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Willfully Wrought. My name is William, and today is September 11th, 2025.
Yeah, my name is Will. Uh, yeah, and it is in fact September 11th. When we were scheduling this show, I don't think either one of us even really realized that it
No.
was because I definitely didn't.
Uh, you know, it's uh it's one of those things. I think we were both old enough. I mean, you were in what,
Mhm.
like fifth grade, something like that.
Do you really want me to tell you? I mean,
Yeah, let's
actually,
hear it.
sixth
Yeah,
grade. Sixth
sixth
grade.
grade. Yeah. Like it's one of those weird things. Like I clearly remember it. I mean, I was 16 years old, and it was and something weird. I was it was shortly after the morning announcements. I was when I was in high school. I read the morning announcements with a cast of several other folks, and just getting ready for things at the school, and that was something that happened shortly after. And the episode after that, and later in that week was really uh, it was awkward.
Hmm.
It's a weird response to tragedy, and
Yeah,
it's yeah. But I do want to take a moment. I know that not everybody feels that way, but I personally do. I want to take a bit to just offer some deference and respect. A lot of lives were lost that day, and it's that's something that people shouldn't forget. Tragedies like that happen.
yeah. And it definitely set the course for our country, right? We're
Yeah.
both Americans. Um, and I can only really think of the world in pre 9/11 and post 9/11, just like I'm sure people of other younger generations can really think of, uh, you know, pre Rona and post Rona.
Yeah, it's definitely something that it's definitely a defining event.
Yeah.
I remember years later seeing commercials, just watching television in the evening, talking about how they wanted to change America. Well, they did, and it was very patriotic. It was like pictures of a street, and then it would fade to black and come back, and it was pictures of a street filled with American flags hanging from every house and on every yard, and things like that are really super encouraging. And
Yeah.
it was I mean, it was something to definitely remember, and even 24 years later, it's still good to pay respect to events like that, in my opinion.
I totally agree. And I think it's a formative, it's definitely a formative memory in my my upbringing as well. I was in sixth grade. It was the morning, and I mean, I don't even remember what happened the rest of the day. I remember hearing about it at school, seeing teachers watch the news. They watched and like I feel like I've seen those planes hit those towers so much
Yeah,
just from the news and the recordings that were made. Um, I remember that night I came home from school, and I remember everyone in my podunk town parked, just lines and lines of cars for people waiting to get gas.
yeah,
And I remember thinking, like, where are they going?
yeah. It's a
Like, we're in we're because I was an hour and a half away from Kansas City. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and this is before the Chiefs were good. So like, no one is attacking Kansas City, right? Like,
yeah,
um, so it was. I remember having that thought, like, where are people going? And then I remember going outside, just taking a walk and finding a turtle.
nice.
I'm not kidding. I remember finding a turtle, and that gave me hope. Thanks, turtle. It's still alive because turtles live for an obscenely long time. But like, yeah, like that was my night.
Well, no, that I think that's important. Like,
Yeah.
people respond to tragedy in very different ways.
Mhm.
There are people who, depending on time and sensitivity, people use jokes to get over
Yeah.
things. People react with outrage. People distract themselves so that it's something they can process in pieces at a time. And anytime events come up like that, as we're going to get to here shortly, um, human beings react in wildly different ways to things that happen,
Yeah.
especially on that scale.
Yeah. And what, and I guess we can kind of transition a little bit.
Yeah.
What we're talking, and this is for all 0 people who are watching currently, um, what we're talking about is what happened yesterday, September 10th, in Utah. The videoed murder of Charlie Kirk, which
Yeah.
I think that's a good way of putting it. The televised or videoed, recorded murder of Charlie Kirk, who at this point in time, it's, let's see, 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern. Still looking for the suspect. Apparently, the FBI know, like, they have pictures, they have handprints, but they don't have a suspect in custody yet for it.
Yeah.
Um,
That matches what I've been reading
yeah.
as follow up to the events.
So I am certain that they have actually not posted pictures yet of this person. So I think they know. I think they have it in hand. I don't think we're going to have a Luigi situation. It's so funny how people are dealing with this, William. I was scrolling
Yeah.
TikTok, and I came across a TikTok of a guy who said, listen, this is for one person in particular. Do not go to McDonald's. They'll snitch on you so fast.
Yeah. It's
And like,
oh man.
I can't tell at this point what is real and what is satire, like really bad satire. I'm not gonna lie, that gave me a chuckle because I don't think it was meant to be taken seriously.
Well,
But
it's
good
yeah.
God.
No, I mean, it's exactly what we just talked about. Everyone, well, not everyone. There's a lot of different ways to react to a
Yeah.
tragedy. I mean, and these are just some things I want to bring up. Not everybody knows who Charlie Kirk was. I mean, he was
Sure.
he was a big force, like for the political youth, or he was a big political force for a lot of youth in America today. And when I say youth, I mean like 20s.
Mhm.
And probably some teenagers too, and probably some 30s. I mean younger folks.
His videos would go viral of him, and I believe it's Turning Point USA
Yeah, he
is
was one of the. I think he was one of the founding members of that, or he was like the CEO
correct.
or something. I'm not very familiar with that organization in particular.
Neither am I. We don't align politically with. I don't align politically with
Yeah,
Turning Point. However, what he would do is he would travel around the United States, and he would debate college students. His basis for doing so was showing that uh, he could, quote unquote, prove that you didn't need a college education, because he didn't necessarily think that you needed a college education, which is a very, I think in today's economy, he's absolutely right. You don't need a college
I mean,
education.
you certainly don't need the debt that follows you afterwards if you're not going in fully stocked with the money to handle it.
Yeah, yeah,
My understanding on that is a bit different, and
sure.
it might be, and to be honest, it's probably mostly hearsay. So
Mhm.
I wasn't a big follower of him specifically. I don't align with him 100% politically. Probably a bit more than you. I lean a little more right than you, but a
Mhm.
little less left than people that truly followed him, or a little more left than people than that truly followed him. But and him being murdered like that is it's sickening. It's absolutely
It's
sickening. Like
it's
it's
wrong.
gross. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
absolutely gross.
I'm because let so he was gunned down from, I think they're calling it 200 yards away,
That
um
that is the statement that yeah.
250 200 yards.
Uh, yeah.
um he he yeah, he was murdered due to gun violence. um and he has said a lot of divisive things. A lot of takes that I don't agree with, a lot of takes that a lot of people don't agree with. But anyway, he would come on and he would debate college kids or and even professors at many different colleges, and that's how he would make his money. His videos would go viral, and I think I'm the only one in the country now who hasn't actually seen the video of him being shot. That
It's gruesome.
that is brutal. I don't. I'm upset about a lot of things in regards to this. I think right now the chief among them, how so many of these platforms can not censor that. They're just showing them, and
Yeah.
that's not good. That's what AI should be doing. Is monitoring those. Like, I'm like, there is no reason why a teenager who's just going through YouTube shorts or threads comes across a man being murdered.
I agree to a point. I don't think anyone should have to look at a human being die who didn't elect to have that happen. Now,
Of course.
after I heard about it, of course, I hopped on social media and I looked for. I mean, within half an hour, I watched a human being die, and I wish that had been the first time that I had ever seen that happen. But that's not how it is. The internet has kind of burned that out of me. Like, it's like, I knew before they announced that he had passed away. I mean, I knew he wasn't going to survive that. There was no way. And it's just, you get these people. We started this off talking about the reactions to this, and there are going to be people who sadly think it's a good thing that someone died. There are going to be people who are so angry that they're willing to go kill others over it. And there are going to be people who are indifferent to it. And there are going to be people who are like, well, that really sucks, but whatever. Like, there is a wide range of ways that people can react to something like this. And there are going to be extremes in both directions. There are people who are posting videos of themselves dancing and celebrating over it. There are people, and that's disgusting in my opinion. It's
I would say, and this might sound heartless of me. I can understand a justifiable reason to dance in celebration or celebrate someone who is a leader. What am I trying to say? I understood more when people were dancing when the CEO of United Healthcare was murdered. I understood that way more because I get that. There is I don't get this because this is a man, and I'm going to be completely honest here. This is a man who actively wanted to speak and talk. That's how he made his money.
Yeah, he challenged people to have conversations with him, and he didn't back down. On his social media feeds, and this is one of the points you were alluding to, on his social media feeds, of course, they're going to cherry pick the things that make him look great.
Of course.
Now, that doesn't mean there aren't videos of him out there where he doesn't look so great. And of course, those don't surface to the top. And you'll see more of those now. People are looking for that type of content to try to, to dehumanize him. And I do think that that's something that people want to do because they were opposed to the viewpoints that he represented.
Now, I will say he has a lot of bad takes. I would not have been a friend of Charlie Kirk.
No, and that's totally fine. And that's one of the most important things here. Like, it is absolutely okay to disagree with someone. And you should be able to have a conversation. Even if voices get heated, you can still have a conversation about something. But when someone's life is taken because for whatever reason, like we'll get into the bigger part of it because it gets
Right.
wild, kind of
It
like
gets
9/11.
really wild.
Uh,
I wouldn't say as big as 9/11.
no.
One person died. But it is in the means in which he died, the way that he spoke about his means of death previously, and the fact that this assailant, or murderer, we'll call them a murderer,
Yeah.
had the patience to wait until such a question was asked.
Oh yeah, they certainly had whatever it took to get that lined up. Like I'm not going to go into speculative detail about
No.
everything this agent represented, whether they truly were an agent or someone. I'll let the authorities figure that out, and we'll see
Right.
how it gets spun by the media. But in any case, no matter how you slice that up, somebody was killed today over the things that they said. Whether it was someone who was running counter to his beliefs, someone who was angry, or someone who or a hitman who had years in the profession, someone was murdered today or yesterday. Sorry, someone was murdered yesterday, and one of their biggest points was let's talk about it, and I 100% back that point. I'll sit down and talk with anyone, and I've absolutely lost debates with people, and it's okay. I learn and move on. That's part of how it is.
Yep.
And even if you disagree with what they're saying, and it's just I don't know, it hurts and it sucks, man. Well, even us, like even when we were in our pre-roll, getting ready to have this episode, this is something we've talked about like 20 times in the past half an hour. When we were getting this ready, we had a full list of like 9 things that we were going to bring up and talk about, and they were fun and interesting. And now this has come up, and we're both making an effort to tiptoe around our words.
Yeah.
Because there are people who are out for vengeance for speaking out of turn here. And God damn it, I live in America. Okay.
Right.
Like I feel
we live in a country where we celebrate that we can say things and not be persecuted. Well, no. Sorry, let me retract that. We have the freedom to say whatever we want. And we have the knowledge, both you and I have the knowledge that we are ready and willing to accept the consequences of what we say.
Yeah. And I don't think the people that are out there dancing and celebrating, or the people that are out there collecting addresses to take revenge, those are not the right kinds of actions in this scenario.
No. I do want to call forth that there was also yesterday, there was a school shooting on the same day that Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. So he was not the only victim of gun violence yesterday.
It's just, I don't know, man. It sucks. And
it does suck. And it sucks that we have a feeling that, because we've been through this song and dance so much before, specifically in regards to the school shooting. But someone who, I'm going to be honest, like, he wasn't even on my radar in terms of like a political scapegoat or a political, he didn't have a target on his head, right?
Yeah.
Like this isn't someone, this isn't this isn't like a Mitch McConnell, right? Someone who people have actively in the past been like, if only someone would take care of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, his name, for the people that care enough, of course, his name popped up for them. I mean, he really, when I refer to people that are younger, he really, I think, influenced folks that are much younger than you and I.
I would agree. Specifically challenging the certain way that they think critically, which is what college is for. That's what college is for.
Exactly. It's it's not just an education in the field you select. It's an education in dealing with other people and dealing with different ideas. Like it truly is that. And
Yeah.
so and so yeah, I think it's important to pay attention to that. I think that the reaction of the public across the states is not done yet. I don't think that anyone really feels like this is. I think everyone feels like this is another step toward escalating political violence
I would agree with that.
in the United States. I feel everyone feels that way,
Yeah.
and
So
that is terrifying.
so much so that today was a weird day, man.
It was weird. There was a pall in it. And I texted you this, and I keep saying
Yes,
it because
you did.
there's no other word in my vocabulary that fits better. But there's a pall in the air.
Yeah.
There is this
Heaviness.
yeah, it's this rising tension and dissent that people are ready to boil over. Which it takes us to more of this and more of how people react to tragedy.
And it's not just because of what happened
No.
in Utah. I mean, Poland was attacked by Russia.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just
Nepal doesn't have a government right now.
well, I mean, France is in a transitionary government state as well. Like it's
Well, but listen, that's France. They change governments like
pants.
women.
Yeah.
Like sorry to all our female listeners. That was not a call for, but
It's okay.
I'll
I
find
cut it out,
for-
but we're live, so it's you said
yeah. France changes governments about as many times as I don't know. Apple comes out with new phones. There we go.
There we go. So once a year. Okay, got
Once
it.
a year, yes. I mean, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. I mean, we still have boats off the coast of a South American country right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not to consider like all the eyes we have up everywhere else, man. I mean, it's I think I don't know. One thing that I think is super important to continue is keep having conversations with people, keep talking with people, communicate, because we all hate a vacuum, and I'm sure that everyone has been in the situation when just on like an interpersonal level between you and any other human being that you value a friendship or a relationship with, when there is something that is left unsaid, your mind fills in the possibilities of what it could be.
Yep.
I should have said this. I bet they're thinking this. If I don't take control of the situation, X and Y and Z and happen. The same type of thing happens between communities of human beings. There is the whole right and left thing in America, red and blue, Democrat, whatever you want to call it. I mean, any name you put on it will piss somebody off. So pick your name and go with it. The us and them of it. When there's less communication there is a vacuum where both sides can sit there and fill that vacuum with whatever they want it to be.
Yeah.
And I bet that anyone can take from a personal point that you usually don't fill it with all the goodness of your heart. You don't fill it with all the joyful possibilities that it could be. That's not the first place you go.
Yeah.
And this is happening between entire communities of people, and I feel like it's going to escalate. And it's hard to go, because of the lack of communication between whoever perpetrated this for whatever reason and what the general populace knows. People are going to continue to fill in these gaps with anything from here's the most ground-based, examination of the facts that we have to wild speculative conspiracy theories about, hey, like how it all happened and here's how it ties back to someone else I don't like. Like
Right.
it doesn't just stop with that one thing. So to kind of sum up and to kind of put an end on what I would consider like a not a negative way, but a somber way
Yeah.
to start this podcast. I would say keep communicating with people. Stay honest with it. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, reach out and see how people are doing and be able to have those conversations with people you disagree with.
I would also say have the grace to understand that a lot of people are hurting,
Yes.
and not everything that people are saying, even if they're talking at you, is personal, because people are dealing with this in a lot of different ways. I had no, I had no relationship really with Charlie Kirk, other than the fact that his videos would come up every once in a while and I would swipe right past.
Yeah.
Again, be vigilant and have the grace to step away if you need to.
Please.
Yeah, because like, as long like your mental health is real.
Yeah.
Have the grace to step away. And if someone you feel is attacking you, end the conversation.
Yeah, you can walk away. Like,
And that's not, it's conversations like this should not be competitions. They're not competitions. And if someone is starting to, make you uncomfortable with views that you do not align yourself with, and you can tell that it's not going to be a discussion where either party is going to walk away better, you can walk away. And that's not losing. That's honestly, you won for yourself.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to just say, all right, I'm done with this. Yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if I think all of you that are still here, I would offer that as something to take to heart. Now to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, let's talk about some fun stuff, William, because there was some fun stuff that happened this past week.
Yeah, man, you had really. Oh, actually, no. For here, let me. We're not done with doom and gloom yet, Will. I don't know if you know, but there's an asteroid called 3i Atlas out there, and it just might be.
We've already talked about it, and it might just be aliens.
Okay, listen. I'm still no. Okay, I am still dead set against that 3i Atlas is an alien spaceship, but I have shifted my perspective. Recently, through observations with the James Webb Telescope, it turned green.
Yep.
Which everybody's like, only spaceships turn green. No. Turns out that I don't know if you've ever thrown, sodium in a fire, but the fire turns green.
Yes.
Some things turn green when they burn, and my perspective has shifted such that I don't believe that it's an alien spaceship, but I'm going to say the one thing that guarantees that it's not an alien spaceship. Mm-hmm. I sure hope that it's an alien spaceship here to wipe us out. And that's the only way the universe will guarantee, because it gets to prove me wrong. It gets to dash my hopes one more time. It would be fantastic to wake up one morning and not have everyone be like, man, whole planet's about to go to war. Well, hey, why don't you shut up? There's a spaceship here to take all of our cows.
Listen, this has the narrative arc of like I came up with this story when I was living in Nevada, Missouri. All right, when I was a kid, because I was telling my father what is happening right now. I was telling him this. Like, I told him, yeah, the world's about to go to war. World War III breaks out, and then aliens arrive. And my father was like, wow, that took a turn. We're there. We're living it. Like, we're living this right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if we don't know what it is. However, one thing that I have heard is that it is flying. Its trajectory is such that it is going to be coming at Earth with the sun. Like, it's going to be between the sun and us. So we will lose visual confirmation with that. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I did hear that from I don't know, some source who I didn't double check. It sounded cool.
I did read some miles on it. It will never actually be closer to Earth than the sun is. It'll be about 270 million miles from Earth at its closest approach, and that's it's really not very close as far as like a solar system measurement, but as far as like galactic measurements, that's like, right up on the cheeks.
Yep.
And it's I don't know. Three Eye Atlas is it will continue to be a source of entertainment until it goes to wherever it's going to go, which might be here with probes, but I imagine it's not. I hope it is, though.
It could be here. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's going to be. I think we're going to be able to see it with the naked eye. I think it's aliens.
There it is. So now we have two voices. We have two voices that the universe can silence by not having it be aliens. And that's really what the universe lives for.
It is.
So
it is. And you know what? If it's not aliens, that's fine. It's a really cool rock.
If it's not aliens, I'll donate $1 to the charity of your choice.
Wow, you're that confident it's aliens,
at
huh?
At least, like, hey man, I gotta make the universe put my money where my mouth is.
Okay. oh man.
You had mentioned that one of the things you'd wanted to, sorry, and that one wasn't even on our list. I really just actually thought about that as I was looking at our list of topics over here on the other screen, and that is.
I'm so glad you brought it up though, because yeah, it is getting closer, and it is doing things that we've never seen intergalactic visitors do before.
Yeah,
and that's super cool.
It is super cool, man. I'm excited to see what it's going to. There was some more news. I think they found another like tiny satellite of Earth that's something like 30 meters across, but it's been consistently following us in the Earth's orbit behind us through the solar system. We've got like another like 30-meter across asteroid behind
moon?
us. I mean, but not really. It doesn't really orbit us. It's just sharing our orbit around the sun, like it's stuck in our gravity well, slowly chasing us around the sun.
Sure.
And it's been in the same place since around 2014, or at least on NASA's radar. And today they confirmed it would be via prediction and then located it there. So like, oh, okay, cool. We know what this is, and this is its orbit. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Terraform that. Granted, it's 30 meters, so
yeah, it's almost 1/3 of a football field across. If we use the American measurements, since meters and yards aren't quite the same, it's 1/3 of a football field across.
Personal Idaho. So.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could build a house on 30 yards.
Yeah,
you don't have, and that's a very small yard to mow.
I mean, I would deplete its natural resources in a weekend. So
yeah, the oxygen's already depleted for you.
I didn't look at that, already ahead of schedule. Oh man, yeah. Listen. If we don't blow ourselves up, the world and the universe is pretty cool. Okay,
there's some really neat stuff out there.
There's some pretty neat stuff. William, what about you? What other? Well, no, that was your story.
Yeah, I just brought that up out of the ether.
I want to go something closer to home, and something that the world did positively.
Ooh.
A new video game was released this past week. A hotly anticipated title by the name of Hollow Knight Silksong. And I didn't realize that a video game could bring the internet together, literally make Redditors tell the masses, do not pirate this game.
Yeah.
It is worth the $20 that it costs. Well, first off, a game that costs $20 in this economy, like,
yeah, that's a serious thing.
Yeah,
especially when Nintendo had just announced that they're going to raise their prices to what, like $90 or $80 per
$80 per game. And I've already bought, was it 80? No, Tears of the Kingdom was $70. It was the first time that like a retail game had been sold at that amount. Yeah. Uh, I have not played Silksong yet. I will. It is on my list. Because God, it costs pennies. Um, but it's a video game that brought the internet together.
Well,
I
it's a
think,
yeah.
like, on Monday during the just regular daytime hours, there were 400,000 people playing it.
The peak was over 587,000 people playing the game simultaneously, as measured by Steam, which is their primary platform on its yeah, it's this primary platform. It also boasts having cross-platform play. They do say that if you were to count all the consoles that are released on, that gameplay surpassed over 1 million active players simultaneously.
Absolutely.
The game is a Metroidvania. For those not familiar with that is, you kind of explore the world around you, and the maps are laid out in a north, south, east, west orientation, where you could exit the top of the screen and end up in one map, or the bottom of the screen and end up in another map. And you play as a character who's exploring this world, defeating enemies, gaining powers, and then re-exploring the world with the new powers that you have.
It is also a Souls-like. Souls-like meaning it is like a uh, uh, Demon Souls or Elden Ring lately, which means that essentially, it is a challenging game that if you die, you have one chance to get your collectible money, like your monetary whatever. I think they're pill bugs.
Mhm.
You have one chance to go and retrieve them, and if you miss it, if you die on your way back, you lose all of your loot, and you
Yeah.
have to regain it back. Listen, I like those types of games. I like games where I feel like I have to bash my head against a wall, and then when I break through, my forehead gets tougher. Okay, I I really enjoy those types of games. Um, what really struck me is that with this release, the game crashed the three primary digital stores.
Yeah.
All three of them. They crashed, which is amazing to me. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Oh
many
yeah.
like that is awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'm just gushing.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, you haven't even played the game, and you're going
I
to, and
haven't.
yeah. Well, okay. Now, let me be honest here. I didn't play Hollow Knight, and I had not played Hollow Knight Silksong. I had no intention of playing it until I saw a little clip of it where it looks like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is one of like the big games for me. I love
Oh,
that. So Silksong really does have some elements that make it look very similar to Castlevania. That's very appealing to me. That was one of my favorite games. It may take some time to get used to the aesthetic, but I think I'm going to pick up the original Hollow Knight, and then if I enjoy it enough, I'll pick up Silksong. It
so the two titles are not they set in the same world, but they're not like sequels. You don't have to play one to understand the other.
Oh yeah,
I have played Hollow Knight. It is a lot of fun. Um, difficult. It is difficult.
yeah.
Who knew that just having two or three inputs could make a game so difficult?
No, it's something I'm looking forward to. I do remember reading some like people talking about the game where there were people who were upset with the publisher for releasing the game at $20 because they were like, this is going to make every other indie title feel like they have something to live up to. Like these are people releasing games that they would consider like much less content available, who are releasing in like the $10-$20 range, like single developer titles, are saying that, it's kind of upsetting that this $20 game is coming out with this much raven review for this indie community, and they're also a part of that indie community, but when they release a game for $15 and it doesn't have everything, they're going to get compared directly against Hollow Knight Silksong, even though they're not of that caliber.
I can understand that fear. I guess I'm too much. I guess I guess I take things at face value too much. I wouldn't compare things like that because the first Hollow Knight game was already big, and Team Cherry, the developers, released every single what do you call it? DLC free. They were all free upgrades. They didn't collect
Nice.
any money off of those DLC packages, and there were 4 of them. Silksong was going to be another DLC that they just got carried away with and said, okay, it's a new game. Like, that's how you do it. That is what games are supposed to be. It is a complete game. And anything else, any extras, are free.
Yeah.
That's incredible. In this
Oh, yeah,
economy, like, I'm going to beat that joke dead, but legitimately, like, yeah, I like supporting developers who release final games and then add new things at no expense to the consumer.
No,
That's awesome.
oh yeah, like it was big enough for people who weren't even a part of it to take notice. Like YouTube exploded with it. It went from being just this one thing on the side. It went from being a game to people just exploding. The communities are going, like people who aren't even a part of it. I think the first place I saw it, I don't even remember what it was. I was just staring at YouTube, wolfing down something for dinner before I went to go do another thing. And one of the channels I'm subscribed to, TechLinked is one of the channels that I watched.
Yeah.
Did a report about and like the what's called thumbnail for the YouTube video
Yes.
they had the Hollow Knight icon, and it was like exploding, and like half of the Steam logos over here, and there's like an Xbox logo, and I'm like, what the hell is this about? And like that's where I learned about it from an article that covers like technology, a video that covers technology and things happening in the technology world. I heard about how Silksong was doing really well, and then all of this research, I'm probably gonna go pick up the title at some point.
Yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll probably pick it up sooner rather than later. I'm really excited to be frustrated at a 45-degree downward hit, because in Silksong, when you first start the game, it's not like Mario where you just jump on top of people. When you do a downward slash, it's at an angle.
Nice.
Which I've never had to deal with. I am sure it will be frustrating.
I look forward to hearing your frustrations about Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh, are you ready to hear about how bad I am at video games, William?
Yeah, man, sure. No, man, I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I like it. It makes me want to tell you to go stream it, like to go buy the game and just stream it so people can just be angry with you for not being perfect at the game. Just
Listen, man, we just got done talking about Charlie Kirk. I don't know how much I could take of watching.
You know what? Yeah, I don't. You know what? Let's not. Will, don't get on the internet. I don't
and
think.
Our one viewer, I mentioned Charlie Kirk, and he disappeared.
Yeah.
Damn it. See, all right, you win some, you lose.
Well,
some.
yeah. So no, actually, Will, don't go stream that game. Just tell me about it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Apparently, this is really funny. Not a spoiler because I haven't played the game.
Yeah.
But I was listening to someone talk about it, about how they were really, really, really struggling with a boss. They defeated the boss, and they were like, "Oh, thank God!" After spending hours on it, they put the controller down and they went to text a friend. And when they came back, they had died because the boss, after you kill it, if you're too close, it explodes. And if you're in the explosion, you have to do the entire boss fight again.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's the type of game this is. $20. Generational trauma.
Nah, man, it'll be something that I pick up. I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to touch back on a topic we covered a long time ago. I know you get nervous when I bring up AI, but I'm not diving too deep today. We had talked about how before like I think my estimate was 26. I'd have to go back and get my exact estimates, that we would see like a fully AI generative AI movie.
Yep.
Would be something that was going to be coming out, and it was just like, yeah, sure, that's going to happen. But here recently, I read about one of the premier companies in AI out there, OpenAI, is investing $30 million in the creation of a animated movie for a film festival. and the movie will be entirely AI generated, and I bet it does great. If you want to do if you want to do any looking up for it, the project is called Critters.
Yes.
It will primary as a CRITTERZ. It's being developed into a full-length feature film by UK-based Vertigo Films. Yeah, it's coming. It is absolutely going to be something that's in everyone's everyday life.
I was really hoping that it was going to be an animated adaptation of the 1980s horror film Critters. The Gremlins hope, like the movie that the studio hoped to take down Gremlins. That movie is nuts, but that's not this movie.
No, not at all.
I can't. The fact that there's 4 people that are going to be, I don't know, man. It exhausts me. Like, this is a story that I had a lot to say, and then this week happened, and I'm just exhausted. Like, it's funny. I don't know. I feel like I've said all that I can say about this. Like, I'm just like, all right. I guess I'll.
Guess we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, and then I'll form an opinion, and then maybe I'll have more to say about it. I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm glad that we're pushing this technology forward. I really am. Until I see, until I see something of it, okay.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to stop them. I think it's progress.
No. I think it's going to be something that kind of sets the tone for what people expect. I mean, it was a very public move. There was a lot of money invested in it. It's not that there's not other things out there that are doing similar things. It's just that this looks like, you could express it with a vagary, like OpenAI is taking a shot at Pixar.
Yeah.
Like, you could express it vaguely like that, and that's not the reality of what's happening, but that is something that's a little closer than, they're making an AI cartoon.
Yeah. And granted, I think this is a stepping stone towards that OpenAI versus Pixar. But I'll say this right now. Pixar isn't what it used to be.
No.
They've had one too many misses, man. Like, right now, for me, the animated studio that's doing the most and the best is Sony Animated Pictures.
Yeah. Well, but we did get K-pop Demon Hunters 2 got announced already, right? Like
and a live action adaptation,
of course,
a video game,
the stage production. We're gonna see that.
But look at, the Spider-Man movies. Look at how those were animated.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Spider-Man
Into the Spider-Verse,
and Across the Spider-Verse, of which the 3rd movie will be coming out most likely in 2026, I think. Like, those are the movies that I think are really pushing animation, and those are the movies that OpenAI has to compete with.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think Pixar... Sorry, look, I'm turning our AI discussion into a bashing.
That's never happened. Never. No.
I don't think Disney is pushing animation the way that everyone else is. There for a while, my favorite animated film was a DreamWorks movie, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
So good, by the way.
Oh my God, that opening sequence where the cat is fighting the troll with the bell.
Oh yeah.
Holy God. And the final sequence with the wolf. Oh my God. That's like, if you can make me do that, and K-pop Demon Hunters did make me say, whoa, that opening sequence on the plane, I think is still one of the best animated sequences. Like, that movie is going to win best animated feature.
I think it is.
I don't see anyone else coming. Maybe someone's coming close, but
how many other animated movies this year can you name?
Elio.
What's Elio? And
Pixar movie.
I'm
It's a
not
Pixar
being
movie.
facetious. I
No,
genuinely
yeah.
don't know what that is.
Okay, Elio is a Pixar movie. I have not seen it. I did see another animated film because my my son loves Dog Man, and Dog Man is adorable.
I don't know what that is either.
Yes,
Elio
you
and
do,
Dogman
because
are
I
in the
went.
same category on this one. Oh wait, no, you talked about
I
Dogman,
did
didn't
talk about
you?
Dog Man.
Yeah.
Dog Man is a comic book, uh, written by the in-universe kids, uh, George and Harold, uh, who also wrote the in-universe comic book Captain Underpants. Dog Man
Okay.
is their other title, which is a which the story is a cop and his dog get blown up, and the cop's head is dying, but his body is fine. And the dog's body is dying, but the dog's head is fine. And a nurse had the great idea to just put the dog's head on the cop's body, and now you have Dog Man.
We're just leaving the two dead parts out of it, right? Because we don't think about that in animation. Okay, okay, okay. I'm on it
This
now.
is
Let's
a comic
go.
book for children, William. I read these books to my son. The big nemesis is a cat named Petey.
We're we're not gonna cross the existential terror of the man just dying. We're just gonna leave that out.
Listen, this is a comic book developed by fourth graders. They don't talk about it.
Okay.
They don't talk about it. They don't deal with it. But it's really funny because then later on in some of the later books, they start becoming inspired by classic literature. So you get a lot of puns like, oh God, Lord of the Fleas. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's great. They're a lot of fun. And I don't know why we went off on this tangent, but yeah, that animated movie came out.
Okay. Well, so you've watched 3.
I have not watched Elio. No, I have not.
Oh, sorry. You've watched
2.
2 and can name 3.
I can name 3. I'm sure there's another one that I'm forgetting. But I'm
wait.
not like.
Isn't like what was that that anime that you've watched that I've missed out on because I'm just waiting for it to finish up so I can watch all of it? Demon Slayer. Don't they have like a movie coming out? Like
They do this Saturday. I was thinking about going to see it. I was thinking about spending money to go see an anime movie in the theater.
that's fine, man. You do with your money what you enjoy, man.
I know, but I think I want Silksong more. I don't know.
You have to pick. Oh man, one is going to be several days of frustration and entertainment, and the other one's just going to be something you watched.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to vote for the video game, but I also, I haven't seen enough of Demon Slayer to really. I think I've seen the first 2 seasons, but
it's so good, William. It's the best animate. I mean, I've talked about the animation of Demon Slayer ad nauseum
numerous times. Yeah,
but like, oh, when that main character starts dancing and his sword has fire and water and it looks like a fucking Japanese painting. Whoa, it's so good. So pretty. And then I mean that show also does like that is what it should look like when someone is moving lightning fast.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's good.
I have seen the advertisements for the movie. I do know more about that one than I do about Elio. So if I had 2 movies to pick from, one I haven't seen and isn't out, and the other one I shared with friends at work and later had someone at work come back and be like, man, I just sat down and I said, what the hell? And I watched the movie and it's not revolutionary, but I was tapping my toes, man. I was like, yeah, dude. He was telling me he shared it with his wife, and he was then later he was cleaning up his house or something. They were in separate rooms, and he came back in the same room with her again later after she professed it. She was like, yeah, whatever about the movie. And she's like sitting there dancing to the music, and I was like, yeah, that's how it does.
K-pop Demon Hunter is quickly turning into like the best movie of the year. To the populace, it is so good. It is now the #1 viewed film on Netflix.
Wow.
I did not know that. Number 1. It finally crossed over. It is the #1 viewed film on Netflix.
I did not think that would happen. I've got we have a couple mutual friends. I'm not going to name because we try not to name people too often. I'm going to go
Sure.
check in on them to see if they've showed their youngins this movie because I'm just genuinely interested in how that goes.
Listen, my son cannot get enough of that movie, and honestly, neither can me and his mom. Like, we love that movie. It is so good. Movie of the summer, movie of the year. Like, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's because we talked about it or because I watched it or Googled it after we watched it, but I do have like suggestions in my YouTube feed of the lyric videos of the songs from the movie, which is probably why I remembered here to talk about it, so we can give them more free advertisements. But
They don't need us to advertise.
no,
Like,
probably not at all. Not to
it's
our zero, but you know,
it is like it's the biggest thing of the moment, right? Like,
yeah.
and here's the crazy thing, and this is a great thought experiment for you. I don't think it would have been nearly as big if it had been released theatrically.
Probably not. People wouldn't have paid as much to go see it.
No, it wouldn't have reached. I think it would have gotten there, but I think it would have just been like, oh, that's that one weird movie. Okay. And because it's on Netflix, because you could reach so many different people and the word of mouth was so good. Yeah. Like,
do you think that they would find a successful theatrical release at this point? If they announced that it was coming to theaters Christmas weekend or like, early in December, do you think it would be a big success in theaters now?
I'm not going to lie, William. It already was.
Oh, that already happened?
It was released for one weekend only as a
Nice.
sing-along.
Mm.
And you want to know? It sold out, I think, every single theater it was in.
That's cool. That's really cool.
It's really cool, and I wish I could have gone. I wish I could have taken John to a sing-along of that movie. That would have been electric. And that is how they are going to that's how they qualify for their Academy Award nominations, because it was a theatrically released movie. Because they'd already made their money. Everything like theatrical, that was just like topping, like the cherry on top.
Oh yeah.
It's good. Well, and now I don't know if the sequel is going to be theatrically released, and we're going to see K-pop Demon Hunters for the next 10 years. It's the next Star Wars. Get ready.
Oh no. Oh wait, yeah. You know what? I hope that I hope this is a sequel that they've got development is good. I hope that it's something else that I can share with friends and be like, hey, you gonna watch it this time? And they can still be like, oh, shut up. So yeah, that's I'm looking.
I'm just glad I was able to evangelize you on this. I got you first on Taskmaster, and now I got you on K-pop Demon Hunter. Hell yeah!
I would pick Taskmaster over K-pop Demon Hunter, but that's just me. I mean, I do have a weird relationship for music, and yes, the soundtrack of the movie is in my Apple Music playlist, and yes, it very likely influences other songs that show up on like my station on Apple Music, which I kind of want to share with people now. Maybe I'll get that link out there one day. Be like, follow me on Apple Music.
Let me ask you this: do you listen to Golden while you're working out?
No. That's K-pop's not workout music. It is dance around your house while you're doing chores music. Workout music has a lot more drum and bass.
Sure. I loved seeing all those videos online of people saying Golden has the best beat for learning how to do CPR. And so you just see people practicing CPR to Golden. It's great.
Well, I did bring up, the reason I was talking about K-pop Demon Hunters here today is because I saw some advertisements on YouTube, and YouTube was one of the topics you wanted to talk a little bit about today.
It was, yeah. We've talked about this story in the past, but in fact, I think just 2 weeks ago or 2 episodes ago, we talked about this, about how YouTube and specifically London, England, is starting to require you to provide your ID to access certain content.
Yep.
Well, YouTube has basically said in their algorithm, if you watch too many, say if you're really into Minecraft and you watch a lot of Minecraft videos that are mostly aimed at children, but you still get a lot out of them. And if you watch too much of those, YouTube will just say, hey, you're a minor, just on its own, automatically. And if you're not, you have to prove that you're not, and by providing your ID or payment. Like,
Well,
just showing it. I don't even know. This makes me angry.
Yeah, well,
Like-
a lot of in the U.S. it is less prevalent because and you know, I hate saying this, but you know, good job our governmental body for saying, you know, a lot of people over here have credit cards. You can't have a credit card unless you're an adult. So if you've got a credit card, you know they're an adult. You don't need to be bothering them. So
Yeah.
Genuinely appreciate that. But you know, you've got places in the UK and places in Australia and some other countries around the world where there are services that are being paid for by governmental bodies to and by businesses to capture and track the identification of people that are using their services with some form of government ID. And with the number of attacks, hacks, and leaks that we've seen on databases of user info, how can we even begin to try to trust these companies we've never heard of? To show them a picture of my government ID that has my license on it, my license that has like my ID number, has my address on it, my face, my vital stats. Not to mention a picture of me when you can, hop on and use some kind of generative AI and say, hey, show me what this person looks like. I mean, it's just kind of wild, man. And I'm of the opinion that this kind of stuff is just going to get worse.
It is. And I'm of the opinion that it is already gone too far.
Oh yeah, I agree, man. I don't. Now, let's silence the idiots for a moment. I'm not arguing that the whole of the internet should be available for any toddler to just pick up an iPad and go through it. That's on the parents, not YouTube, to curate that time.
Yep.
So if you're upset that your kid saw something, maybe you should have taught them how to deal with it and not be upset that they saw it.
Yeah. My biggest thing is that YouTube assuming that because you're engaging with a certain type of content, then you must be of a certain age.
And that kind of hurts the feelings a little bit.
I mean, it's also like, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like, read the room. Like, come on. Like,
listen, okay.
Yeah.
I pay Google for internet access. Now, you brought up Minecraft, which I think is funny. I recently started playing Minecraft with some friends. And, the game came out, 10 years ago. And occasionally I have fun going back and playing it. That means I've looked at a couple Minecraft videos on YouTube. I swear, Google, you know everything that I see on the internet. Every credit card I have passes through your fibers. You know who I am. Mm-hmm. If I get a question from YouTube asking me if I'm an adult or that I need to prove that I'm an adult, I'm only going to send you all the content you should have checked first before you ask that question until you block me and shut down my account.
Yep.
If you have all this information on me, use it.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, I'm not fighting that fight anymore. I'll hold the information I think is actually private to me, but most of the rest of it, whatever. Duh.
Yeah.
I'm in my 40s. God damn it.
William, how far we've come since that one day in the summer of, 2011, when you told me that you were done with Microsoft because it just downloaded the game Peggle without your knowledge.
It was Bejeweled.
No, it was Peggle. Wasn't it Peggle?
No. Peggle's one of my favorite games of all time.
Okay. It was Bejeweled.
Bejeweled, I hate with a fiery passion for no reason other than it was popular and I didn't really care. One day I was just on my computer, and it was shortly after I'd gotten Windows 10 for the first time. So I don't know about the year, but Microsoft was like, "Hey, try this game out," and Bejeweled was installed on my computer, and ever since then I just don't like Microsoft. Windows 10 was a great operating system. Windows 11 is virtually trash. They're sweeping a little bit more of it under the rug every day, but it's basically trash. And if it wasn't for the fact that most of the video games that I spend my free time enjoying require Windows as an operating system, I would not use Microsoft services at all.
Oh, jeez.
Like it is just absolutely it is a fantastic advertisement delivery platform that I have no use with which to or no purpose to use other than to play something I want, and I have to suffer the advertisements of people who pay Microsoft to advertise to me.
Jeez.
And we're going to see this rolled into the identity stuff too. You know, you were talking about how YouTube's doing age verification. Well, hey man, if you just pay us a monthly fee, we know you're an adult. We don't need to check you.
I really hate living in
current year.
I hate capitalism. I just do. It's so bad.
No. I don't think it's capitalism in this case. I think it's just the greed of these corporations. Yeah, you can say capitalism is rooted because it enabled them to get to a size where they can make these demands like this. But I also have the option to walk away.
All I can say is, thank God BMW didn't decide to charge for a monthly fee for heated seats. I think is what it was.
They did make that decision. What are you talking about?
No, they retracted. They changed it.
Oh, well, maybe then.
Anymore. Huh?
I mean, maybe then. Isn't that a thing? Not here. I'm gonna do that thing where I Google in the middle of an episode.
Well, please Google in the middle of the episode, because I thought that we won that fight, and if we lost that fight, I mean, granted, I'm never gonna be getting a BMW in the first place. Having worked in the industry that I work in, I have access to a lot of specialty cars, and nice luxury type vehicles. Listen, a luxury vehicle is just a vehicle with all the buttons in different places. They're not worth it. You are literally
you're right on that one. You are.
Hey.
So it's thank you for restoring a little bit of faith in humanity.
You're welcome.
They trialed it in UK and South Korea and Germany. And they made it an optional thing for heated seats that were installed at the factory. If people wanted to use them, they had to pay right around $18 a month. People exploded at them, and they stopped that subscription.
Yes, because it was stupid. And you know where they got the idea from?
Video games.
Yeah. Yep. Video games. Not just everything's going to a subscription basis now.
Well, yeah.
Everything
has a service.
Everything is going for rent. It's exhausting.
It is. It's exhausting on my wallet.
Nobody owns anything anymore.
I mean, okay. Well, nobody owns anything anymore is a very generalized statement to vent your frustration.
You're right. You're right. And you know what? It is a general statement. It is very general. Nobody owns anything anymore. I own a car until I pay it off. Well, I rent a car until I pay it off, right?
Yeah.
Because you're paying it off. You own a house, or you rent a house until you pay it off. That's your mortgage. But just, I don't know.
You're angry.
I'm jumping off the rails.
All right. Well, let me come back with this one. I know that I had this full thing planned on Kirby, but I'm actually going to throw that out.
That'll be next week.
We'll come back to Kirby next week. But I did want to hit something that I think kind of went under the radar as something that was super important. So, University of Basel researchers have found a molecular compound that is 5 parts that can simultaneously hold 2 positive and 2 negative charges simultaneously at the same time,
This is
which
really fucking cool.
it's a bunch of gobbledygook. But let me explain it in different terms. We made humans made a compound that is really close to mimicking photosynthesis.
Cool, man. I read this story that you sent me, and it's super cool. Like,
Yeah, dude. It's
it's just another way of humans creating a type of life, right?
well, no, it's not.
Or not life, but like, sorry, energy. It is a way of us.
Yeah, it's energy distribution primarily. Yeah, it's not a solar cell, which is what a lot of people immediately, because the idea is brought up that it's similar to photosynthesis. So okay, well, plants make energy from sun. It's not like that. Solar cells like directly take like ultraviolet radiation and convert it into energy, electricity that we can use. This is not that. This is something that is able to store information in a vast, complex network that we haven't been able to store it like that. So this is just kind of like a preliminary and prototype piece of technology. There's the applications for this in the future are absolutely wild, ranging from batteries with near instantaneous charge and discharge, like with huge capacities, to the very, very tiny cells in which information could be stored for long periods of time, much longer than we have on a lot of storage today. And this is just the precursors of what it's going to be. And it's something that is going to be absolutely amazing. One of the biggest drivers of technology today is where's the power going to come from? Right. You've got companies like Microsoft and Amazon and Tesla all looking at reigniting nuclear plants because they need more power to run to run Skynet. They need more power for Skynet, Will. And this is one more piece of technology that gets us slightly closer. And
listen, I for one welcome our new robot overlords. Okay.
So it's going to be wild when this is fully explored, and I'm looking forward to what this new like wild 5-part molecular compound turns into, because we don't even know all the applications yet. You know what I mean? Like it's something that we don't know enough about to really make wild speculations yet, but something's coming with it.
I mean, yeah, it's a super cool thing. I mean, it's just cool. I like new technology. This is what I want AI doing, right? I want.
It probably is.
Yeah. It's just cool. It's just cool. I like it when science does what science is meant to do, and that is, move us forward.
Absolutely, man. You had also mentioned wanted to tell a little bit of a story that's a little closer to your home here recently.
Yeah. So, my son recently started texting. He's 6 now. He just had a birthday. And he had been really wanting to play the 2020 favorite, Among Us. Now, we've talked a lot about parenting, our parents being responsible for their children on the internet. So as a responsible father, I said, hell no, you're not playing Among Us. No, not yet. The very first text message I ever received from my 5-year-old son was, Among Us is free. That's the first text message that he ever sent me. I was at work, popped up on my watch, and I said, I have no time for this right now. Promptly ignored it. While also in the back of my head thinking to myself, it wasn't I love you. It wasn't you're the greatest dad ever. It was
Among Us is free.
A passive aggressive suggestion. Among Us is free. So we had friends coming in from out of town. each of them had Among Us on their phone. So we decided that we were going to play Among Us with John. And we did. And it was the first time I'd ever played Among Us. And oh boy, guys, 5 years in, it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. That game's a lot of fun, especially with a 5-year-old who can't keep a secret to save his life. Among Us is a video game where you play essentially potatoes in spacesuits. Different colored potatoes in spacesuits. And you go around, you do various things like simple mini games.
Tasks.
Tasks. Yeah, you're fixing the ship. You're taking out the garbage, which that mini game frustrated the hell out of me. I had to do that a couple times. Simple tasks around the spaceship. Well, one of you is not supposed to be there. One of you is basically a murderer looking for just trying to off the entire team without being voted off the spaceship. It is essentially similar to Werewolf or Mafia, that game.
Yeah.
People are trying to figure out what's the term?
Imposter.
Thank you. I could not pull it to save my life.
I saw you struggling.
Yeah, I was real bad. Who the imposter is. You're trying to figure out who the imposter is. And every once in a while, once per round, you can call a vote to say, hey, this person is acting weird. And if they are not the imposter, they are ejected from the spaceship for the rest of the round. But they can then haunt the person who's there, so they're still kind of engaged, which is pretty cool. I don't think I needed to explain Among Us. Everyone's played it. It was so good. And playing with a young kid, so we were all in the same room. We didn't even go. It was basically we were just playing a board game. Just everyone had it on their phone. It's great. Highly recommend.
Absolutely.
William, have you played Among Us?
I have played, I think, at one half of one round of Among Us. And I know that seems really odd, but when that game hit the scene and every video from that game was just a bunch of people screaming into the microphone. And as much as I like to deal with varied groups in the video games that I play, I'm really not down for people just screaming into, especially a bunch simultaneously. Now, I'd probably sit down and play with my group of friends if we were like, oh, hey, we're all going to play Among Us tonight. We'd probably have a great time. But it wouldn't be the first time I've played that type of game. And it's definitely not a bunch of us just screaming at each other. So, yeah.
So we played it. We played it so much in that one night, the first night we did it. But I will say there's a follow-up to that. That game has a chat feature, and it is an exclusively online game, as of right now anyway.
Yeah.
There have been times where I have found John playing that with strangers, and the chat function has not been turned off. Because there is really no way to turn off the chat function. We nipped that in the bud pretty quick. I'm not ready as a father to have to deal with, honestly, online gaming. I never really was big into the online gaming sphere. I would play online games with you, William, when I was in college. I even played them with Tom. He's like the only person I played. I think I played online games more with Tom than I did with you, which was super weird. We would play Red Dead Redemption together.
Oh, that's a good one. Cool. Yeah.
The first Red Dead Redemption had my favorite online community. It was great. It was awesome. And then I love Red Dead Redemption 2. It does not have the same feel as the online community.
No, it doesn't.
The first Red Dead Redemption. It was perfect. Everything you wanted to do in the Old West. but I'm not ready to have those discussions with John, and I'm going to have to, because something I'm learning, especially working with Gen Z,
Mm-hmm.
is that is what they do after work.
Yeah.
They go home, they turn on the Xbox, the PC, the PS5, and they hop in Discord, and they go into the mines of Minecraft. They travel the galaxy in No Man's Sky. They get in PUBG, and while they're playing, they decompress with their friends all over the country.
Yeah.
I never did that.
I think I've been doing that for 20 years, and
I know
I find it hard to recommend. Yeah, I find it hard to recommend other way. I mean, of course, physical interaction, like real face to face, is always going to be better.
Sure.
But there's also the energy required for that. Like it's a lot of energy, and I don't always have that. And just being able to chill on mic is awesome.
Yeah, chilling on mic, and that is the common way to do things right now. And I have no experience with that. And John, my son, that's what he's already there. He's like, I'm Dad, I'm back from school. I need to go to the mines. So yeah, it's while I love the game and I love that it can actually build community, because again, one of my favorite things in the world are board games, and this really had the feel of a board game, just as a video game. Like it is a digital board game. There's this other side to it too, and
oh yeah. Oh,
yeah,
it's frightening. It's really scary. No, it's there is a Wild West out there, man. People don't want to. It's definitely scary. There's places on the internet that I don't go.
Oh, dude, we're the generation. I remember being in high school and having to sit through assemblies where people were like, "Be careful online." Like, okay, for instance, when I was in high school, they had an assembly where this guy said, "You need to be careful about who you talk to on the internet." And the guy the night before had basically snuck into a chat room and talked with a girl from our school.
That's terrifying.
To show how, like, I couldn't believe it. Jaw on the floor. And I don't know if she ever got over that, being made an example of.
That kind of sucks.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, don't do that. Like, bad on him. But also, like, I'll never forget that message either. Like, super effective, I guess.
Well, if you want to set up a private Minecraft server for you and John and your curated community to join, just reach out to me. This is not this format.
Sure, right.
Just reach out to me, not directly in a live episode, and I will give you the information you need to set that up. And I genuinely think you'd have a good time.
Yeah, the mines are calling me. They're beckoning. I think.
Yeah.
I think John and I could build some pretty cool shit. So.
I think so. All right, man. Well, that actually covers like the majority of the things I had, man. Do you have anything else for us this evening?
The Bills are awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, the Bills fucking rocked this past week. Can't wait for them to. I think we're playing the Giants. Can't wait. Like,
man, I would love to talk about Kansas City in the first week, but no one wants to talk about what Kansas City did in the first week, because
everyone wants to talk about how Kansas City did in the first week. I will say this, and I am a Bills fan. The Chiefs have a meat grinder of a season.
Oh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
It's bad.
Unless it's just like the second half of the year, where unless we treat it like we would any game that wasn't the Super Bowl last time, and unless we just start coming back on the last half, this looks bad. And it's okay. I'm a fair weather fan, and people can get mad at me for it, but it don't hurt me. So
it's a Mayfeather or whatever.
Mayfeather, yeah,
it's a Mayfeather. It's a bandwagon town, Kansas City, and I've said it before. Kansas City is a bandwagon team. When they're doing well, Kansas City is in love with them. When they're not going well, the sun is going to rise tomorrow and nobody cares.
Yep. Hey, look at that. Just walk away.
And it is not like that in Buffalo, man. You ride or die Bills. You're there for the good times. You're there for the bad times, man.
So if I were to wear like a Raiders t-shirt downtown, like there'd be like 5 people be like, hey, and whatever, you shake hands and move on. What are the what's the Bills like number one enemy? If you were to walk around wearing
Chiefs.
one of the Chiefs?
Oh, dude.
Oh man, I wasn't even aware.
The 9 seconds, man. That's listen. The people of Buffalo are still hurt about that.
All right.
And every year we beat the Chiefs in the season, regular season, and in the postseason can't get over that hump. I don't think that's going to be a problem this year.
So like the opposite of Batman.
What? That they're the team we need. We just don't want them right now.
No, like whenever Batman runs into an enemy, he has to run away from the fight, but then he comes back prepared. So kind of like the opposite of that. Like you win the fight and then later you weren't ready.
Or are we the villain in that analogy?
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm not gonna picture Kansas City as Batman. It doesn't have enough edge.
No, that's the Bills, man. That's the Bills. Listen. What an organization! That game that we just played, it was great. It was a good game. It was a terrible game up until the fourth quarter when we were 3 touchdowns behind, and then we came back. And the really awesome part of this story is that our kicker is out. He's on the injured list. He tore his groin.
Ooh.
So we had to pull in another kicker who joined the team on Thursday. Came in, was practicing all summer, and he kicked the game-winning kick.
Nice.
He had been with the team for 4 days, man. He didn't know everyone's name on the team.
That's fantastic. That's actually really cool. That's really cool.
It's amazing. Matt Prater, he's been he's been in the league for a long time. He's the same age as our coach. Who's in his 40s. Okay, this is, of course, this is an old player, and Matt Prater, man, just nailing that field goal. Incredible. It got to the point where our quarterback, at the press conference afterward, it was our home opener, and he literally called out the fans and said, "Believe in me.
Yeah,
I'm here. I got you. Don't leave early," because people were like, "Oh, it's 15-40. We're going home."
Yeah,
and it's the fourth quarter. We're going home. And then fucking the Bills, man, Josh Allen, our quarterback, pulling it out. It is incredible. It's incredible. If you can, watch the final quarter. The fourth quarter, it's great. I went to bed after the first quarter because I was tired.
Oh yeah,
and
old
I had
happens.
to work on Monday. But man, you want to talk about a good day in Buffalo? Holy cow!
Nice. Everybody's like all like happy and slapping hands. You gotta like that, man.
Listen, how the Bills do determines how the next day in the entire city is. Sometimes the entire week. Like,
nice.
I can only because I was still living in Kansas City when the Bills lost to the Chiefs on the postseason that first time. When it came down to 9 seconds. I can only imagine what it was like the next day.
That it sounds like it would be a very angry day.
Right now, what everyone is saying is that nobody wants the Chiefs to make the Super Bowl right now.
I think, yeah.
Because the Bills are the only team to have gone to 4 consecutive Super Bowls back to back. And they don't want to share that with the Chiefs.
What a fun thing to have in common with your rival. Well, I say fun because I'm like, haha, fun things, and like the entire city of Buffalo is like, we'll murder this guy.
Listen, it's all old Italians and Polish folk. Like, yeah, they'll murder you, and
Okay.
nobody even care.
Well, that sounds like a good time.
Listen, all I'm saying is when you come up to visit, you just say that you're from St. Louis. You're fine.
Yeah, from Missouri. From Missouri.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can get less specific. The Midwest. Well, nah, man. No, it's I did see some headlines about that game, and I do kind of want to check out the highlights from it at a minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Hell yeah, man. I think that wraps up our broadcast this evening. I just want to take a minute to hit people up and say, if you want to reach out to us, you can always shoot us an email over at contact us at willfullywrought.com. You can find us from wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also follow us on Facebook. And of course, like, subscribes, and bells here always help.
Absolutely. And guys, William, this was a great conversation. Thank you. It truly helped on a very strange day. Weird day on planet Earth here.
Yeah,
so,
it has been a little weird. Yeah. Thank you, man. Like, I honestly had my trepidations about going live today. It's sometimes it's one of those things where you're like, is this the appropriate thing to do? But I'm glad we did.
Me too. I mean, to the point where I even texted you. I sent you a video literally saying, is this AI? I can't tell. And this is like a big video. I'm not going to say what the video is because we're done.
Yeah,
but
of course.
But that's where we were. And this gave me life back. So I appreciate it.
No problem, man. And if you're still out there, thank you very much for joining us, and have a great evening.
Peace.
Peace.